If you're interested in reading bigger works by Dostoyevsky like The Brothers Karamazov or Demons, you may want to pick up Dostoyevsky's Notes from Underground, which, while isn't a requirement, could be considered a prerequisite. Notes from Underground is divided into two parts. The first part being an internal monologue given to us by our narrator, the Underground Man. And I'll be quite honest, it's a slog. While I absolutely had to exhibit a lot of patience, there are two key philosophical frameworks that are definitely going to help you along for the ride. The first one is utilitarianism. Utilitarianism as a core principle essentially states that we as a collective should be taking the actions with the most utility. If it's seen as a net positive for the collective whole, we take that action. Existentialism states that things aren't predetermined, and although we understand the utility behind things, we have the autonomy to exhibit free will, which is incredibly important because Dostoyevsky will explore that narrative within every single one of his characters. He provides us with a 60-page monologue to be able to explore the inner workings of his mind. We have the rejection of a utopia, absurdism, which we see in later works by Albert Camus, the collective vision of the state of the world, and overall what lies at the foundation of human behavior and how we present ourselves to others. And for as complicated as the monologue sounds, Dostoyevsky does a phenomenal job bringing a lot of humor into the text. By the time you make it to part 2 of this book, which is the actual narrative of the story, you're having such an unbelievably good time and still referencing what you learned in part 1, because Dostoyevsky likes to explore the contradictions in human behavior. So here we have our narrator who is making these awful decisions, inviting himself to dinner parties with people he hates, pacing rooms for hours at a time, going on a 3-page bender of how he would slap someone in the face, and ultimately trying to save some sort of love interest. And these actions are only done in the state of power imbalances. Again, this text is a rejection of utilitarianism or rationalism. As much as we'd love to make the best possible choice every time, we decide not to do so in the power of free will. I think that if you're someone who's interested in philosophy as well as Russian literature, this serves its purpose as a great intersection between the two. It's not a recommendation for everyone, but if it's for you, I know you'll love it. This is why it feels necessary to get to Notes from Underground before you get to bigger works, and that's why I rated it 5 stars.